I think your WhatsApp status also says, and your LinkedIn I think also says learner for life, and I think that in fact motivates me also to keep learning. And it's not only about learning from books or learning from life's experiences, but it's also learning from people. And every day we meet new people, and I think everybody gives us some or the other new learning, uh, and I think that's what life is about. And as rightly said, the day one stops learning, I think the growth ends there. More or less, you are in a world of your own, and then you don't look outward, then you only look inwards. What do you have to say about this endless odyssey of learning? And I see many people really, I mean, I have like one of my uncle, I've seen him do his PhD at age of 75.
Oh,
I mean, he was a professor throughout his life, but then post retirement, he went ahead and did his PhD. So, and I think that's a spark that, I mean, like, definitely gets you to do that. So, how do you think people should take learning as one of the major part of their life, and not just learning in terms of education, but in terms of life lessons and their way of life?
first of all, I have always believed. So you told even my WhatsApp status also shows by describing myself. I say always that I'm a lifelong learner. That's a philosophy I have always believed in, and it's true. Also, everybody knows that it's true. That the day you stop learning, you stop to grow completely. I mean, you are almost dead. You are
Yeah.
not doing anything. Just before going to anything else, you told about this your uncle doing PhD. Similarly, at the age of 75. Similarly, recently I have Mr. Shantanuji. He was earlier our advisor, security advisor to Mauritius when I was also there. I call him Dada. So recently, he also did his PhD
Wow.
at the age of 70, almost 75. He
Yeah.
should be also 72, 75, between that range. He had updated his Facebook. So I wrote one thing that you have just made a puncture into my pride, because I thought I did it after retirement. You know that I
Yeah.
did my PhD after retirement. I told when I saw, and I was very proud. Okay, at that age I did,
Yeah.
and you have just punctured my pride. So that is what your uncles say. Also, it only shows how people's quest for learning still remains. There are some people, for them this quest for learning remains. So anyway, that is, I mean, there are, I mean, if you look around also, we all have heard the name of Kobe Bryant.
Hmm.
Kobe, we know the famous basketball player. So normally what happens when somebody retires from an active sport, he goes into that same field and all. Same sports field, something on coaching or something on that. Kobe went to a completely different field. He went into filmmaking, he went into business, and he learned everything about those fields. And now, as successful as he was as a basketball player, he is now a successful businessman.
Yeah.
He produces films, he produces videos, and whatnot. I mean, I think he has gone into a completely different field from playing basketball. He's completely, and he has learned all the nuances, and now he is a successful. So this is where, I mean, if that example does not excite us, what else can excite us? You can say.
Absolutely.
Somebody who is going into a completely different field and excelling in that. So this is one. This also manifests the belief that life is a learning experience. I mean, your whole odyssey of life, as you told just now, odyssey of learning, it continues all throughout in your life. And obviously, we have been speaking about it quite often in some context or the other, that you learn from everything around you. You learn from people, you learn from instances, you learn from our exchanges. You were traveling. The other day I was observing one of the janitors in one of the in one of the airports. The way he was going about his duty, it was something very pleasant. I mean, not looking up, doing cleaning, and again ensuring that everything I have seen. I mean, they're all, we might say they're all paid for that. It's okay, but I don't think that extra thing which was
Yeah.
coming from him was he was being paid for that, but he was doing that, and that endeared, and that's a learning, that do that extra beyond your normal call of duty. So that's a learning. So you keep on learning from everybody all around you. There are further many other examples as well all around us. I mean, take the case of Stephen Hawking, very famous scientist. I mean, irrespective of his bad health conditions, still he went on exploring and coming out with sort of, I'll put it as inventions only, because these were all findings which were breathtaking, which were path breaking. It was different altogether, and he came up with that. And he was almost bound to the wheelchair all throughout his life.
Yeah.
And despite that, yes, he did it, and he I mean, always failed, and he always made it a point to learn, and learn. And one more thing also it comes out in this particular example is, your conditions or your situation does not stop you from learning. Sometimes we feel okay, I am in a very bad condition, poor condition which is not conducive for learning. There is no condition which is not conducive for learning.
Yeah.
Learning can be done at every point of time, and that learning, again, as we say, it can be from anywhere or everywhere. It can be done. So that is one thing which is also coming out very clear from that. And one more thing also comes up always in this. Your learning never stops, as we talked about it. The day you stop learning, you don't grow. But the other way also, the learning never stops. It always gives you chances to learn something. It is on you to accept it or not, or to take it rightfully or not. So it keeps on giving you chances. It giving you hints. Yes, this is something now you should learn. This is something you should know. This is something today. I mean, all of us, artificial intelligence, it is taking by. If people at our age level do not understand, do not do this, do not,
Right.
no, then we will be left behind. We still have some time to go, so we will be left behind. So, new technologies. I'll tell you, I mean, I'm just giving one example. Of course, that should not go as an advertisement for Slido. I recently, when I was taking a class in Indian Institute of Management, Mumbai, for the students, I thought something different I wanted to give. I wanted to have a poll on the during the class, so I searched and found out that there is something called a Slido, which offers this type of things. So learnt it myself and provided it in the program itself. I gave that. It's a very small thing, but learning it,
Yeah.
enjoying it, and then also experimenting with people in two ways. One was the best thing was that when you give those, when people start giving those answers, the answers get reflected on the screen. It was something new for me. I have seen it somewhere. I have seen it someplace. I didn't know that this was the tool which was available. But that learning, that particular application has remained with me now, and I will be using it more often. So
Absolutely.
I say there is no age bar for learning anything. So that's another thing I would like to emphasize on, and try to learn something new which you really will feel very happy about and can utilize it in life. So these are a few things I think probably and we can see as far as learning is concerned. Whenever I talk of learning, one intervention that we did it, me and my entire team in Indian Oil did it, I'm very proud of that. That I thought, why not talk of that as well? It was Swadhyay. So the e-learning initiative that we introduced, we did it in Indian Oil. See, this initiative started with that we wanted to give some modules to people. See, in our cases, people don't get time because they are also, and then when they are traveling, when they are taking up new assignments, then obviously they have to understand, or whenever they have any issue on anything, they don't have anywhere to go to, and everything is available in let's say in manuals and also, but maybe they won't get opportunity to go through that. So we started such a, let's create this module. So the best part was that although we got some guidance from an external party, but this entire project was done by our own people. So I always say it's like democracy, by our own people, for our own people, and of our own people. So they did it. So we had FNOs, functional nodal operators, were our people only. We had our the people who developed it. It was all by our people only. So we developed it. We developed 500 modules. And then we told people to go through that module. And then we did it in help. We took some external help to make it more, where people can really see and have a look at it and can go ahead and do it. So, storyboard types, we made it. So initially it started, so we were not, I am so proud that in a few months' time, it really picked up. And we had, of course, in that period, COVID also came in, so people were at home. So we used that adversity into our benefit. We told, okay, if you are at home, complete some modules. We had 500 modules, so you just complete it. Then, I remember in the board itself, we used to have competitions amongst directors. Which director's division is doing more modules? So, pipelines used to lead sometimes marketing will lead, numbers are more. But then we used to have that. But what happened? We created that, that movement within people, that people felt everywhere you go, people will talk about, sir, हमने ये स्वाध्याय का किया है, हमने इतना modules कर दिया है. At the end of every module, they have to pass and they have to complete it. So this is how. And believe me, we completed 2 million absorptions. It is number of modules multiplied by number of people. That is the total absorption. That absorption crossed 2 million.
Wow.
And I think it was in 2022 when I was in one of the international conferences of SHRM, when I spoke to people about the initiatives, when I told about that this is the absorption of our e-module, jaws dropped, because sheer volume of this is so much that it. I'm not talking about, again, I'm not very much happy with the volume. I always used to say that we have 33,000 employees. We had reached 1,500 modules. So we should have gone to 33,000 multiplied by 1,500. That was the target. That is okay. That's the part. It's not that. It created, an environment where people felt good about learning. Absolutely. So at least that, to make the organization a learning organization, this was one initiative which I will ever remain proud of, that we pushed it and made it to such a point that we don't have to, we just relaxed thereafter it became on auto. So this is one thing, learning. And initially it was only available to the officers. The non-executives also told, why not us? You please also provide us. We would like to do that also. So we extended it to them. So this is how. So this is one good experience of your learning odyssey. And that is how it is. One more, which, as far as we have been talking about learning, we have been speaking about learning, and take the example of the Khan Academy, Salman Khan, that Khan Academy. It has caught the imagination of everybody.
Yeah.
It's a simple one, nothing. If you look at, of course, don't talk of the current controversies that are also going on. He got married and all those things. So, but forget about that. you just look at the way he has made learning available to people, approachable to people, and understood by people. Every common man is able to appreciate the way it is being told.
Absolutely.
So that is also very important for for imparting learning to people. So that's also important, and,
Yeah, I
and
think
that's how that
it's
is
got
how
lot of
and he has
traction.
made learning interesting for everybody around, and that's why if people have learned, people have really gone forward, people have seen that, people have seen those podcasts, have seen how he does it with the map, with everything he does. It's extremely interesting, and that is what he has made. I mean, I must appreciate out of many things. Of course, there are many other people who have been doing, but this is one example which I thought I have also quoted in my book about him. But this is one person who had made learning a fun and a real good feel for the people who are going ahead with it.
No, absolutely. I think like a lot of traction and a lot of kids have really benefited out of this thing. And right, as you rightly said, it's not only about people learning; it's also about learning made interesting.
Exactly. How do you deliver it, and how I mean that's why then, and people are looking forward to what next will come, what next will, that interest also he
Yeah.
has generated.